What's up, guys? Ken from Seattle here with you once again. Thanks for joining today's video. We are going to be checking out tiller style boats here at the Washingtons Sportsmen Show 2026. A lot of guys really like tiller style boats because the middle of the boat is one big flat spot. Plenty of room for people to fish and plenty of room for all your gear. And they're affordable. We're going to see boats like Duckworth, Stabicraft, Fish-Rite, Alumaweld, Wooldridge, and a few more. At the end of the video, we'll do a little top 3 countdown of boats that I think are giving you the most bang for your buck. Before we start, please take 1 second, hit the subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss the future videos. Help me out, help me grow my channel. Much appreciated. Let's go! All right, so as soon as you get here, the first thing you see is this trout pond loaded with these really nice 14, 15-inch fat trout. And you can catch one if you want. And usually nobody catches them because they're not happy and they're not biting. But this guy works here, so he knows just what to do. So today we get to see one come out of the water, get a closer look. And let me ask everyone a question. Have you ever wondered why they stock all the lakes with these tiny little 10-inch trout? That just doesn't make sense to me. Why can't they just keep them at the hatchery a little longer and stock the lakes with some trout like these right here that actually have some meat on them? Leave a comment. All right, here we go. Our first boat of the year, our very first boat, our very first video, first boat show 2026. Nice little 14-foot Marlin for a nice price, $16,885. What do you guys think of this boat? I like the price, that's for sure. Nice 2-man boat. I mean, you can't really walk around that boat, but a nice 2-man fishing boat. I really like that Honda motor, and I like the center steering console. Very comfortable boat to drive. So a really nice 1 to 2-man boat for a really awesome price. Not a lot of space for all your gear, but good enough if you're going to fish. Just 1 or 2 guys just fishing. I don't like that the bottom is not flat. It makes it very awkward to stand up in the boat, and you need to stand up sometimes. But for the price, I mean, can't complain too much. Okay, moving right along to a couple of really sweet Fish-Rite boats. Guys, are you having fun yet? How much fun is this, man? Boat show season is here. Fishing season just around the corner, 2026. I'll be going to all the boat shows and bringing all of these fishing boats to you. So please don't forget to subscribe. Take a minute right now. So hit that subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss the future videos. Much appreciated. All right. I love this Fish-Rite, this 18-foot Fish-Rite for only $30,000. I feel like you're really getting a lot of boat for your money here. Fish-Rite always has really good prices on their boats. And they always have sweet Honda motors on them too. So, yes, I am a fan of Fish-Rite boats. They usually don't come loaded with all the extra stuff, but they got everything you need. Nice trailer, nice boat, really sweet motor for about the best price you're ever going to get. Now this one's the 20-footer, $52,792. So sweet. For me, I'd be happy with that 18-footer. If you get the smaller motor on that 18-footer, you could even get those for about $25,000. All right, Duckworth, 20-footer. Let's see how this 20-foot Duckworth compares to that Fish-Rite. This one is $3,000 cheaper. So I think basically it's probably because of the motor. This one is equipped with a Yamaha, and that Fish-Rite has a Honda. So I think that's kind of what makes the price difference. I would be willing to pay the extra $3,000 for the Honda because I love Honda. I think they're the best. So smooth and so quiet and so reliable. I'm just a fan of Honda. Also, this Duckworth, it has the safety rail on the side there with the downrigger plate, so it's ready to slap a downrigger on. And the Fish-Rite did not have that. So also the seats on the Duckworth are really nice. They look like good quality seats, really nice stitching. They look comfortable. The seats on the Fish-Rite looked like maybe they were a little on the cheap side. So, yeah, definitely like the seats better. Okay, and another 20-footer Alumaweld. This one's $56,000. Let's see how it compares to those other two 20-footers we just saw. And right off the bat, you can see that the bow on this boat has that heavy-duty diamond plate on the bottom side of the bow, which is pretty nice. So if you want to beach your boat, nice to know that you have that, which is pretty awesome because I would love to be able to beach my boat, especially up here in the Puget Sound area. Beach the boat, go get some clams and oysters. This one also has rod holders on it. The other ones did not. I mean, not a real big deal. They're just plastic rod holders, but nice that they have that little rail in there that those rod holders can clip onto. I'm not really sure why we're paying more for this Alumaweld boat, though. It's, pretty basic, and the motor's pretty basic. It's just a basic 4-stroke Mercury 115, so kind of like the Duckworth and the Fish-Rite a little better, I think. This is the 23-footer. And this one, the price jumps up on this one. 23-footer it's a pretty big difference on the price. I mean, as you can see here on the left side, $82,000. On the right, almost $100,000, depending on the features and the motor that you get with it. But I just couldn't see spending that kind of money on a tiller-style boat. I'm happy with the 18-footer. Okay, now here's a boat for you guys who love... Whoa, sorry about that. I am not smoking the ganja, I promise. Swear to God. I prefer the edibles anyway. Anyway, 18-foot Lowe for $41,927. Flat bottom boat with a jet motor on it. I mean, it's kind of the everything boat, right? You can fish anywhere with it, including, getting way up those rivers where no other boats can go. Get away from the people. Beach the boat maybe. Camp, do some hunting. Do some duck hunting from the boat. Kind of the everything boat. Gotta love that. Got a Mercury outboard jet 80 horse. A couple little swim steps or side steps, I guess, for climbing into the boat. All right, Stabicraft, man. I know a lot of you guys watching love Stabicraft. Popular boat. Little pricey, but super nice. Super heavy duty. This is your 1550. 70 horse Yamaha motor. Really nice heavy duty swim step that comes all the way up. Little nice extended transom there. Stabicraft has those built-in cup holders and rod holders right there on the sides. But it's a trade-off because the sides are so thick that you have less space in the middle of the boat for your gear. So you kind of have to make your own decision on that. But unsinkable boat. I would actually feel comfortable taking this boat out onto the ocean as long as you check the weather and check the conditions. Even though it's a small boat, I would still feel okay because it's got high sides and it's known to be unsinkable. So, and I always pause on the spec sheet on all these boats. If you want to pause the video and take a closer look at those, you can. And it says it comes with those electronics too, so. Okay, Wooldridge time. We got two kind of pricey ones and then a nice affordable one to look at. And just another seriously sweet boat for those serious river fishermen. It's a jet boat, sled style boat. Little pricey, $69,995 for a 20-footer. But a super sweet motor on it. Yamaha 150 VMAX jet motor. So another boat that's going to get you way up those rivers where no other boats can go. I love this little section in front of the motor right here, this square section. You could totally just organize your stuff, organize your tackle. I like that. 3 nice big storage boxes on the bow to organize your stuff. That's very nice. And tons of space on the deck of this boat. So much room for all your gear. and people. I'm loving this boat. 20-footer, but this thing looks like a 24-footer. I mean, it just feels a lot bigger than a 20-footer. The sign says 20 foot. Little pricey, but that's because it's an awesome boat. Okay, and then there's the 18-footer, and it's actually more, $79,995 for the 18-footer. Wow. A lot of money for an 18-foot tiller-style boat. And that's the boat show price. That's the sale price. So, I mean, I've looked over that spec sheet. You guys can pause it on that and look at it if you want, but I'm still not sure why it's so expensive. I mean, I love Wooldridge boats. They make the best river boats. I mean, it doesn't have built-in rod holders, but it has those oval cutouts instead, and I'm not sure what those are. Are those just to hang on to? Which would make sense, because if you're cruising up a river and you're going through some rough water, you would need something to hang on to. But another 105 Mercury jet motor. Some nice swim steps, side steps, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Now this makes more sense. 18-footer, $29,971. Yamaha 90 jet motor. So another 18-footer, but this price feels so much better. Makes so much more sense. And I'm loving this long shelf that just goes alongside the boat like that. Such a great little feature to have. Put your phone, your wallet, your stuff. You can organize your tackle. And this is actually a center console, so not a tiller style, which is fine. Nice, comfortable spot to drive the boat. Tons of space in this boat, again, for all your stuff. Okay, I really like that boat for that price. Now we have a 16-foot Pond Boss for only $10,000. So, not sure what you think of pontoon-style boats, but, I mean, this boat, for this price, I mean, this is pretty awesome. You can't complain for this price. So much room for your stuff, people. So much room to fish. And if you're only fishing lakes and you're not worried about going on to the bigger water where it might get choppy, then, I mean, this could be such an awesome boat for you. If I didn't live close to the Puget Sound or the ocean, if I lived somewhere where all we really did was just fish lakes, I would really consider that boat for that price. That thing is cool. Here's the little brother. No motor, no sign, nothing. Not a fan. I don't like that bench seat that goes right down the middle like that. It's awkward, difficult to move around. And here is the big brother, the 16-footer. Channel Cat for $23,900. So this bigger one is a center console. Seating for two. 60-horse Suzuki motor. Quick shot of the dash, and I think we're going to have to move on because I don't think there's that many people that are really interested in pontoon boats. To another boat that no one really cares about. Zodiacs. All right, but hear me out. We're just going to look at this one Zodiac real quick, but I have some thoughts on this boat. I think a lot of people are not interested in inflatables like Zodiacs because you think if you get out there and you accidentally pop a hole in the thing, you're going down and you're going to die. But most of these boats, that's not going to happen. They have two chambers, okay? It's inflated, but if you pop that outer layer, there's an inner layer that's still inflated with air, so you're not going to sink. So you're pretty freaking safe. Not only that, but if you're out there on the big water and some water gets into the boat, you got nothing to worry about because this boat is never going to sink. So in a way, this boat could possibly be even safer than an aluminum boat. So leave a comment. What are your thoughts on that? But I am not opposed to these boats. And in fact, if I was going to go out on the big water in a smaller boat, I would be fine to go out in one of these boats. My only complaint is there's just no room. Most of these boats that I see, they got, you know, the side console and some seating, and there's just no space in this boat to move around, no space for your gear. Here is a really cool little one-man fishing boat. That is very cool. And you could actually deflate that and probably fit that in the back of any vehicle. You don't even need a trailer. Throw that in, throw a tiny outboard in there, and you could do almost anything with that. So that is really cool. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the epic countdown that I promised you? Here we go. Number 3, the 18-foot Wooldridge for $29,971. Guys, for under $30,000 to get a boat like this, that's pretty awesome, because you just don't see that much. Boats are so expensive these days. Loving this boat. Tons of space, room for your gear, room for people, super fishable. And I probably wouldn't get the jet motor. I'd get a regular type motor instead. And it's designed to really be great in the rivers, but you can use it for other things too. And coming in at number 2, we're going with Stabicraft, the 15-footer for $45,000. Little pricey for a 15-foot boat, yes, but it's such an awesome 15-foot boat. And if you're only going to fish one person at a time, you're going to go by yourself most of the time, or just once in a while bring a buddy, this could be such an awesome boat. Nice motor, heavy duty, swim steps, extended transom, safety rails all around, built-in cup holders, rod holders, and it's known to be unsinkable, so I would feel comfortable about even taking this out on the open ocean, where I can do some salmon and halibut fishing on this boat, you know, as long as you check the weather. And I'm loving the side console, comfortable boat to drive. The only thing I don't like is it's so small, not much space at all for all your gear on the inside. I mean, there's barely enough. I only consider it a 2-person fishing boat because it's a smaller boat. That's why I didn't give it like a higher grade. But yeah, for 1 or 2 people, awesome boat. And my number 1 pick for tiller style boat of the Washington Sportsmen Show 2026 is going to be the 18-foot Fish-Rite for $30,000. Such a nice 18-foot boat for such a good price with such an awesome motor. Honda motors, these boats always come with Honda motors. As far as a tiller style boat, an 18-foot boat, that's a big boat for a tiller style boat. And there is so much space in this boat. You could easily fish 4 people, no problem. So much room for all your gear. I would feel comfortable taking this out on the big water as long as you check your weather. Anyways, guys, you know my videos are so much fun, so please subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss the future videos. Help me grow my channel. Hopefully one day I can quit doing drywall and do this full time. That would be amazing. Thanks for watching.